If you struggle to get enough customers in your ceramic coating shop and you're unable to scale up or even just consistently make as much money as you want, then you're in luck. Because in this video, I'm gonna walk through the exact funnel that helped me scale my first ever shop from zero to a 30K per month run rate in under 2 weeks, and the same funnel that has helped hundreds of other shops across the country scale up. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go over a high-level overview of the entire process that we're using, how everything connects. Then I'm gonna open up the actual ad accounts, show you the actual ads that we're using to scale from 0 to 30K per month in under 2 weeks. By the end of this video, I promise you that if you watch the entire thing, you will have every tool that you need to scale up and go from 0 or maybe even 5, 10 up to 30K per month plus extremely quickly. All right, this is a high level overview of the entire funnel. So let's actually break down how you can implement this into your business. First thing we've got is going to be paid ads. This is top of funnel. This is where everything starts. So what we're doing here is actually getting attention and converting that attention into leads. And those leads are opportunities for you to actually sell your service and make money. So with paid ads, we've got two. We've got Facebook and we've got Google. Facebook, you're going to want to focus on the offer, the creative, and the targeting. Google, you're going to want to focus on the landing page, the keywords, and the copy or the headlines and descriptions. Now, both of these are getting run to a direct offer, which just means we're not doing any lead magnets or any upsell funnels. It's just directly to the service. So whether that's ceramic coating, window tint, whatever it is, run the ads to a get quote or maybe a $250 off, whatever you would like to do there. Then once they've clicked the ad, they've filled out the form, send them to a thank you page with a link to actually book not the job, but a phone consult with you. And that's just going to be a sales call. They get scheduled in, they're more bought in. In addition to that, as soon as they fill out the form, you want to enter them into email nurture flows, going over common objections, educating them about the product, showing testimonials, case studies, giving them more offers, etc. And then at the same time, you also want them to get entered into conversion flows for email and for text, bumping them forwards to take the next step. Now, in between when they fill the form out and when your salesperson down here actually calls them, you should limit that time as much as possible. You want it to be less than 5 minutes, preferably 60 seconds or shorter if possible. But you want them to be going through the nurture flows, back through your content, etc., and stay top of mind from the time they fill out the form to the time that you call them. So if you send them to a thank you page, they book a call, then they've got you in their mind. Now maybe they go to their email, they see your nurture flows, they start reading emails from you. Then the salesperson calls them, even though they've already booked a call. You're super top of mind. They've already been looking at your stuff for 5-10 minutes at this point from when they first saw the ad. Going to be a lot more likely to close, going to have a lot more trust naturally built up. Now, once the salesperson has talked to them, there's one of 3 answers they could get. They could get a lost or a no, a maybe, or a sold. Now, if they're lost, we want to enter them into a long-term reactivation campaign where we could potentially sell them in the future. If we get a maybe, meaning let me talk to my husband, let me think about it, that type of thing, we're going to want to schedule a follow-up call. Never get off the first sales call without either a yes, no, or a scheduled follow-up call. Now, before the actual follow-up call, you want to send them back to your Google business page to see your reviews. And then you want to get on the call. They're either going to say no, they're going to say yes, or they're not going to show up to that next call. Now, if they don't show up or if they say no, you're just going to want to enter them back into their long-term reactivation campaigns and potentially follow up a few times a week for the next month. Now, once you've sold the lead, you want to have automated reminders, sending them back to your Google business, sending them to your website to see your work, to see your testimonials, see your reviews, and ultimately build more trust. It's going to do 2 things. It's going to increase the likelihood that they show up to your appointment. It's also going to increase the chances that they upsell into a higher ticket service, into a maintenance plan, into a separate service, because they'll have more trust in you and what you're doing. So as soon as the job is complete, you want to try and upsell them on that additional one-time service, on that recurring service, or get a referral intro or a review. So that is a super short overview of the funnel that we want to build out to scale from 0 to 30K per month. I'm going to actually pull up a new screen and show you the exact ad account that we're running right now. All right, I just opened up the ad account, so let's break down what we're actually doing inside of here right now. So you can see this month, so far we have spent a total of $370, got about 54 leads for $6.86 per lead. Now inside of the campaign, you can see we're testing quite a few different things. At the ad set level, what we're testing is the offers. So we're testing a $9.95 and then a $250 off. We're testing audiences, so we're testing open versus 22 to 60 male. And then we're testing placements, so where the ad is actually shown, and we're testing open placements versus stories, feeds, reels only. Now you can see here that we've tested all of this already in this account and found the winner. So the winner is a $250 off offer with 22 to 60 male audience and open placements. What we had gone through though was $9.95 versus $250, open versus 22 to 60 male, and then open versus stories, feeds, reels. So let me show you really quickly how these are each set up. So this is a 22 to 60 male stories, feeds, reels audience. So we've got advantage audience, then we narrow down the age and then the gender, leave the detailed targeting as it is, and then select manual placements, and then manually select just the feeds, just the stories, and just the reels. Now, if this were an open placements, then we would just leave it as it is and use the same targeting. Now, there's also going to be open targeting ad sets that'll look like this, where it's just 18 to 65 plus, all genders. Now, in this specific location, you can see the 22 to 60 male one. So that is what we're going to stick with and kind of go with for the next few months until we retest. Now, inside of each ad, you can see we're testing 2 to 3 different ads, or inside of each ad set, we're testing 2 to 3 different ads. So the only time that we need to separate ads by ad set is if it's a largely different style. So you can see V1 versus V2. These are very different style videos. One of them is a longer, more explanatory, going through the process type of video. The other is super short, TikTok style, super catchy, just giving them the offer. Now in this case, the V1, where it was longer, more explanatory one, because it got cheaper leads, and typically those are also gonna get higher quality leads. Now to test this process for yourself, what you're gonna wanna do is just create a campaign. And then at the start, you're gonna wanna test a open audience versus a 22 to 60 male audience. You're going to want to test open placements. You're going to want to test 2 offers. Then once you found what works best, what offer works best, shut the other offer off. Once you found what audience works best, shut the other audience off. And then you can move on to testing stories, feeds, reels, seeing what works. Once you find that, you can start experimenting with different creative styles, and the path goes on and on. Once you've narrowed down by settings, it's going to be continuously testing creative, because ultimately that's one of the biggest factors of Facebook success right now. Now, let me actually go into my CRM and show you how everything works here. This is what we use to manage communication. We text our leads, call our leads, everything is through this platform. So the dashboard, you can see the amount of revenue that we've won, the value of quotes we've given out, and then the amount of leads that we've got. So if we go to conversations, we're actually going to see the 30-day email flows in action. So that's one part that we had talked about with the pipeline. Let's actually just pull this up real fast, go back to things. So we've just covered Facebook ads. We haven't started a Google campaign yet, but we will soon. Now the Facebook ads, we're running a direct offer. Let me pull up the thank you page real fast and just show you what that actually looks like. So as soon as they have filled out the form, they get redirected automatically to this page right here, where they can come in and book a phone consult, which is essentially just a sales call with me. That helps them get more bought in, schedules the time just to make sure that we do actually get in contact with the lead. Now, in addition to that, we've got the email nurture flows, the 30-day flow, and then also the conversion flows in action on this account here. So if we go back to the CRM, then we can see here's the 30-day email flows, here's the flows trying to get the conversation started, move them forward. Now, in addition to that, obviously the salesperson is calling as soon as possible. So you can see calling, that is the big thing. Every single one of these leads has been called. Even though there is text conversations and like this one, reply to the text, you still want to do everything in your power to actually get on the phone. Now that's kind of it for the ad side, the CRM side. Super simple process to get from 0 to 30K per month. If you do want to see exactly how to run Facebook ads for yourself, full in-depth guide, just click the video right here and I'll see you in that one.